All right, here we are with the Hanging with the Pros sports blog hangout with none other than the amazing New York Liberty star, 6-time WNBA All-Star, 2-time WNBA Champion, Finals MVP, and named to the top 15 players in WNBA history, just to name a few. Miss Cappie Pondexter, hello and welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's always amazing when your introduction you have to pause and take a break because there's so many accolades to say all of them. So that's definitely a credit to you.
Thank you.
So Cappie's joining us here, and we're very happy to have her. We have a panel of a couple different bloggers and a few other people here to ask her some good questions. So Cappie, you were actually really busy these last few days with some fashion stuff going on. Just tell us a little bit about what you were doing with the Fashion Week.
Well, basically, I have a company with my best friend. We started the company 5 years ago. It's called Four Seasons Style Management, based in New York. And obviously, when you're in fashion, people have to see you out. So I've just been going to different shows, networking on all different kind of levels to help the brand grow. And basically, right now we're part of the BET style wardrobe. So we style Keisha Shante from 106 in Park. So I've been busy with that outside of basketball.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. Always keeping busy. It's like right when the season gets over, you find something else to keep you busy and keep you going.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I've been playing basketball from overseas to the WNBA for 9 years straight. With no break in between. The most I've ever had off was a week in between. And so now, I talked with my agent. He thought it was a great time for me to take time away from basketball and focus on other things that I love to kind of get rejuvenated and come back strong and healthy.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. That's good stuff. So let's just go ahead and jump into some of the questions. We have a little round-robin session we're going to go on where some of our guests are going to ask you different questions. So Jake Elman, why don't you go ahead and tell us, real quick about your blog. Just tell us the URL of your blog on SportsBlog, and then go ahead and ask Cappie a question.
All right. What's going on, guys? My name is Jake Elman. I'm a high school senior, and right now I write a site that's called Sports Mix. It's exactly what it sounds like, a mix of different sports. And the link is Jake Elman, JakeElman .sportsblog.com. I hope you guys will give it a chance. Come and visit. And my question for Cappie is this. You've been in the league for 9 seasons now, and I'm just curious as to what you think the biggest part of your game that's improved from day one as a rookie to right now is.
To be perfectly honest, obviously I work on all facets of my game, but I probably have to say my leadership on and off the court has had a tremendous growth. I value that a lot more these days, more so than accolades. I feel like it's important that your teammates have someone to follow, and I feel like I was born with that. I was born with it, so I take good pride in just being the best leader I can be for the team.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can see it on the court for sure. Kate, go ahead and introduce yourself and go ahead and ask your first question to Cappie.
Hi, I'm Kate Benner, and I write for WNBA.com. And my question for Cappie is, what do you think it's going to take to get the Liberty to the playoffs this year?
Well, obviously, it's going to take a great deal of camaraderie. Honestly, I think we worked so hard last year and we came up short, and it was because we had so many roster changes. Obviously, I feel like our core is there, and I believe that next year we'll definitely take new heights. But it was just the struggle of having to deal with new teammates pretty much every week, and it was a hard transition for all of us, including the coaching staff. So I believe in our coaching staff. I believe in the organization, and I know that we're gonna have a great season next year.
For sure, and also, just speaking of the Liberty, today, just a little fun fact, is the last day for season ticket holders to renew their season ticket. So all the Liberty fans out there watching this hangout that want to make sure to reserve their awesome seats, all those courtside seats to be able to watch Cappie play, you got to do that today to get your seats reserved for next year. All right, and Latoya, Might be. Hold on one sec. Let me try to get you here. Mute it off. All right, Latoya.
Hey guys. Hey Cap, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm Latoya Sterling with the Players Association. I handle special events. So I've watched Cappie since the start when she came in as a rookie, and it's good to see her develop over the years, and also off the court as well. But Cap, a few years ago you were named to the top 15 NBA players of all time. What do you feel like that moment meant to you, like to your game? Did it add pressure? Was that like a defining moment for you in your career?
I don't think it was like any added pressure. I was shocked, to be honest, because I was around like Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, so many great players that I watched growing up, and just to have the accolade like early in my career was unbelievable. I felt like I didn't deserve it, and I just used it as a plateau to get better each and every year. And still to this day, I still can't believe I was named to the top 15 greatest players in the WNBA. And I'm still playing, so it's definitely a great honor.
Definitely an impressive group to be named with, for sure. So, Rich, go ahead and tell us, introduce yourself, and then ask your first question.
Hey, Cappie. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Rich Winter. I have a blog called Panic Button. You can find me at www.panicbutton.sportsblog.com, and you can follow me at Panic Galore. Cappie, you've been in the league for a while now, and I think you hit on something that was very interesting to me, that you've had 1 week off in about 9 years. What's the next step for the WNBA to grow and maybe become a larger entity so some of these players don't have to go overseas and you have some downtime? How do you think the NBA can better promote itself and be a better product here in the United States?
I mean, you have to look back at when the NBA first started, their first few years, their first 17 years. It wasn't popular. It was hard for people to kind of get into that sport, to understand it. The money wasn't as big as it is now in the NBA. So I look at it as the WNBA is transitioning. It's starting to become popular. It's starting to grow. People are starting to want to watch women's basketball, and the talent level has grown tremendously from the time I first started playing to now. I mean, you have so many incredible players. I mean, look at Brittany Griner. She's a game changer. We have not had a player that big, that dominant in the WNBA. And I just feel like with time, as we continue to grow as an organization, I think it'll get better. And hopefully, when I'm finished and I'm long gone, I hope that, players won't have to go through what I had to go through. Going overseas, not spending time with family, missing holidays, just all the little small things that, help you grow up as a person. I just hope that they don't have to miss those things like I had to. So I'm hoping that I can help the game change in that aspect.
Cappie, I think you're 100% right with some of the events that we've done with SportsBlog and talking with the National Basketball Retired Players Association, and it's the same thing. Those guys, those guys didn't make nearly as much money. I mean, obviously not even close to the amount of money they make now, and they struggled, getting publicity back then. So you're right. It's just the WNBA is still in such the infancy phase that it's on the peak of growing bigger and bigger, and you really are laying the groundwork for the future players to be able to have that salary that they want, to be able to not travel overseas. So you're 100% right. You're absolutely laying that foundation right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. I mean, obviously, like growing up, I didn't have players to look up to. I had to look up to men players like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. Now, when the WNBA started in '97, of course, you began to look at women basketball players. Now, kids growing up, they have players that they can look up to. 4 years old, you have somebody you want to watch. You want to watch a Diana Taurasi. You want to watch a Maya Moore, a Cappie Pondexter. Like, we have that now, and it's only beginning to grow, and it's going to get better and better.
Great point. Great point. So round two, we're going to transition into. It's called rapid fire word association. So each blogger is going to go down the line. They're going to say one word, and you don't even have time to think, Cappie. You got to just boom, shoot back out and respond. The first thing that pops into your mind, right?
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to start it off with New York.
New York Liberty.
Ah, there you go. Okay, Jake, throw your word out there.
Loyalty.
Family.
All right. Kate, what do you got?
Hard-boiled egg.
Wait, what?
Hard-boiled egg.
Every morning, egg whites.
Right. Latoya.
Union.
That one's
I
mine.
don't know.
Players rep.
There you go. All right, Rich.
Bill Laimbeer.
My coach.
There we go. All right, good stuff. Maybe if we have enough time, we'll do another quick little word association down. So, all right, that was quick round 2. Round 3, we're going to go into some off the court questions. We're going to learn a little bit more about you. I think all your fans watch you on the court. They know who you are as a player. Now you're going to get to know a little bit more about you as a person. So I'll kind of kick it off. But tell us all, what you're doing this off season, kind of what your plans are like. We talked a little bit about the fashion stuff. Just kind of let us know what you're up to this off season.
Well, this off season, I just wanted to get healthy. Obviously, I was a little banged up on the court, so I just wanted to get my mind right, mentally, physically, emotionally. Just focus on other things that I love, like other passions that I have. Spending time with my family, going to see my grandmother, who I haven't seen or spent time with in I don't know how many years. Watching my nephew grow up and play basketball in Chicago for a little bit, and also, like I said, I have a side job, and I'm working at BET now. So, those are the things that I really want to focus on, and then start getting back in shape for basketball. And hopefully, maybe January, depending on how I feel, I'll go back overseas and get ready for the WNBA season.
Perfect. Jake, go ahead and ask your question.
Cappie, earlier on you mentioned that when you were growing up, that it was the Magic Johnsons and the Michael Jordans of the world that you had to look up to because there were no WNBA players. Now, what I'm wondering is, did you look up to them just for basketball, or was it off the court as well?
Honestly, when I was younger, I only thought about one thing, and that was just playing basketball because I love it so much. And obviously, growing up in Chicago, all we knew was Michael Jordan, He was like our hometown hero, even though he's from Brooklyn. He was our hometown hero, and he's just somebody that I always admired on the court. But now, when I think about, how much he's worth now and the time he put out in his Jordan brand, it's unbelievable. So it's something to definitely look up to now.
For sure, the idea of creating your business exactly like what you're doing while you're playing, while you're in the limelight. So, Kate, go ahead and throw your question out there.
So fashion-wise, Cappie, do you have any favorite trends for fall?
Well, yeah, the tribal print is very, very big right now. I'm a color girl, even though for work I'm usually like solid black, white, all black. But right now the tribal print is killing the game. If you look at all the runway collections that's been presented in London and in New York last week, you'll see a great deal of that, and I think it's definitely going to be great for fall fashion.
Awesome.
Latoya, how'd you?
Sure. I had the opportunity to witness some of your styling expertise during New York Fashion Week at the Fashion Show Experience. Have you thought about becoming a designer yourself or partnering with, one of the larger stores, sort of like how Russell Westbrook just partnered with Barney's, doing something along those lines?
I never thought about that, honestly, but I went to Serena Williams' Signature Collection, which was partnered by HSN, and I thought she did a great job of probably one of the best collections I've seen with any athlete. Obviously you mentioned Westbrook, but he's different because he's on the men's side. But in terms of women, her collection was very chic. It was casual, it was clean, and I really enjoyed it. And I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind if the opportunity was presented. I'd definitely take it.
Okay. I have like a part 2 to that question.
Yeah,
Can I ask another question? Do you have like a go-to or must-have accessory? Is it like glasses? Is it, ties?
My go-to would probably be, I love rings, so
Okay.
like that'd probably be my go-to. Kind of add some little to your little outfit or whatever.
Okay.
Definitely rings.
Cool, good questions. Rich, what's your question?
Cappie, as a professional athlete, I'm sure you spend a lot of time training and really concentrating on your health and your diet, but what's a food that you might have a weakness for, some kind of a sweet tooth or something that you don't normally talk about as a weakness, perhaps?
Yeah, I have a weakness, and it hit me today. I had Mexican food for lunch. That is my biggest weakness. I love Mexican food so much, man. I honestly, I feel like I could eat it every day. So I try to stay away from it right now because I'm not in training mode. But yeah, that's my biggest weakness for sure.
Okay, so you walk into a Mexican restaurant right now. You haven't eaten Mexican food. You just came back from overseas for a couple months. What do you order? What's like your go-to dish?
All right, my first thing I'm ordering is queso fundido with chorizo. That's the first thing. That's the appetizer.
Okay.
The second thing, I'm probably going to have carne asada, which are the steak tacos. And then I might mix it up with a little dessert, depending on how I'm feeling after all that.
Okay, nice.
But
So
those are definitely my go-tos.
those are so does New York Mexican food compare to other places that you've been at, traveling around?
Obviously in Mexico is very authentic, but I have a few places that I like to eat. Dos Caminos is great, and Rosa Mexicano is also a great dish in New York. Great place, great restaurant in New York.
Nice, awesome, good stuff, good stuff. Well, basically that pretty much wraps it up for our hangout. I know that was quick. We got everything done. We got some good information. I feel like all the fans watching this hangout got to know you a little bit better. Got to know, have a little fun and learn a little more about you. So everyone can make sure that they can follow Cappie Pondexter's blog at Cappie Pondexter, her full name, .sportsblog.com. You can also go to her website, which is just her full name.com, and then you can also follow her on Twitter at Kappa, C-A-P-P-A, 23. Any other final words, anything else you want to give a shout out for, Cappie, before we head out there? You want people to follow or check out?
Yeah, definitely. Follow fourseasonstylemanagement.com. Follow me throughout the whole year. I'll be doing sports Friday fashion with New York Liberty. Every Friday I'll post a picture of myself in an outfit, and I explain everything on what I'm wearing. That's every Friday. You can catch you on Twitter and Instagram with NewYorkLiberty.com. And also, just thank you for hanging out with me today. It was a pleasure, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Awesome, definitely. And last but not least, make sure you renew your season tickets, Liberty fans. Even if you weren't a Liberty fan after watching this, I'm sure you are. You're ready to move to New York just to watch her. So go renew those tickets, get everything going. I appreciate everyone, all the bloggers, guests, Latoya, Kate, everyone for jumping on the hangout. And Cappie, obviously a special thanks to you too, and really appreciate it. So
thank you.
Until next time.
Thanks, Cappie.
All right, thanks, Cap.
Okay.